A potential Donkey Kong kill screen if you want to watch. If anybody wants to see, there's a Donkey Kong kill screen coming up. There's a Donkey Kong kill screen coming up if anybody wants to watch. There's a Donkey Kong kill screen might be coming up if anybody wants to see it. There's a potential Donkey Kong kill screen if you want to watch.
Living as we do in the age of PlayStation and Xbox, and to a lesser extent Nintendo, with their cutting-edge graphics and movie-scale production values, it's easy to forget that the gaming landscape was once a much simpler place, where super advanced 3D graphics were unheard of, where the arcade cabinet was king, and where Donkey Kong ruled the world. Today, games like Donkey Kong, Pac-Man and Space Invaders have almost faded from living memory, consigned to legend in that misty, almost forgotten decade known as the 80s. But for small groups of hardcore gamers scattered around the world, these old classics are still very much alive. The King of Kong is a window into this strange and quirky subculture, the people who make it tick, and the competitive personalities who push themselves to win the title of World's Greatest Donkey Kong Player. Yes, that is a thing. In the early 1980s, a talented young gamer named Billy Mitchell set the world record for the highest ever score on Donkey Kong. Since then, he's used his minor celebrity status to build up an impressive business empire and a self-inflated public persona. It's been 30 years since he set the record, and no other gamer has come close to beating it, until now. Enter Steve Wiebe, a soft-spoken schoolteacher, family man and retro gamer who spends hours of his day in his garage playing on his old Donkey Kong arcade cabinet and gradually improving his scores until he's in a position to challenge Mitchell for the title. The King of Kong follows these two men as they strive to outdo each other and be recognised as the best player of all time. It sounds ludicrous, and frankly it is, but don't let that put you off this truly excellent documentary. There's something infinitely enjoyable about watching grown men cry over a computer game that's a quarter of a century old, crowd around an arcade cabinet to watch a seldom witnessed glitch occur, and fight bitterly over a title that's essentially meaningless. The documentary makers know this, and yet by embracing the pettiness of the whole thing, they're able to both amuse and educate. In many ways, King of Kong is a classic David versus Goliath story, with the cocky and arrogant Mitchell using various underhand ploys to get one over on Wiebe, even exerting his influence in the retro gaming community to have a potentially winning score invalidated. Wiebe, the straight-shooting everyman, perseveres in the face of this injustice, battling hard to reach the top and gain the recognition he'd always wanted, gradually winning people over along the way. Aside from providing a good overview of the retro gaming scene, it's also a fascinating insight into the men who devote themselves so completely to something that they neglect other aspects of their lives, determined to be the best in the entire world. The fact that their chosen battleground is a long-defunct arcade game doesn't really matter. What matters is the clash of personalities, the determination, the egos, the will to succeed and the fear of losing. These men are greatly skilled at what they do, but very much flawed and human. Mitchell, the flamboyant and self-assured champion who appears to be coasting on former glories, is reluctant to compete again and risk his lucrative public image. Wiebe, by contrast, is the ultimate underdog. Talented but misunderstood, treated as an outsider by the gaming establishment, he has to fight for every bit of recognition he gets. Overall then, I'd thoroughly recommend King of Kong. For games enthusiasts who were too young to experience it firsthand, it provides an excellent insight into the golden age of video games. And for everyone else, it's a comprehensive and insightful look at the people who devote their lives to the perfection of their art.